A lot of them are just everyday kind of scenes, you know, an empty room with a fan in it. But I try to frame it and tweak the colors in such a way that it seems like something else must be going on or have gone on or be about to go on at that place. I was asked by a friend of mine who is co-editing a book called Unfathomable City, a New Orleans atlas, to contribute artwork for one of the maps. And that particular map was on bodies. And it maps exhumed cemeteries, existing cemeteries, and places where the bodies of murder victims have been hidden. And when I got here, I decided that I wanted to add foundling homes or orphanages because I felt that it was interesting to think about the displacement of bodies at the beginning of life in addition to the end of life and afterlife. My background is in painting, and so to loosen up, I decided that I would start doing these small collages, and of course now the collages are even more time-consuming than the paintings. The art in this exhibition is all cut-out paper collage. The paper itself is painted, but there's no painting with a paintbrush on any of the pieces. So every single piece in them is cut out with an X-Acto blade and glued together. Once I started doing the collages, I suddenly realized that the great thing about cutting out each individual tiny piece is that then it gives a certain importance to these small details that those details wouldn't have if they were just painted. And that's the other thing that's nice about working in collage versus photographs is that the photograph you have all of these extraneous details like the texture of the ground or the texture of the grass, each individual blade of grass. And so because we're used to seeing that kind of level of detail, you don't stop to really look at it. Like with the collages, I can make people stop and really look at the super tiny details because so many of the other details are being left out of the pieces. Well, I titled it The Offing because it's was originally a mariner's term that meant the part of the sea that was still visible from shore but beyond anchoring ground. And of course, you know, nowadays it's used to mean in the near or foreseeable future. And I felt that that was one of the interesting things about the experience of making the work for me was thinking about how, you know, a place changes and you want it to bear witness somehow to what happened before. And one of the striking things about visiting these places was that they didn't really. And so the offing was kind of a way of alluding to that strange phenomenon where sometimes you can see what's in the future, but it's still, you know, is beyond anchoring ground. It's not necessarily connected to, the future is not necessarily connected to its past.